come on. Wait, now it looks like it might be working. Can you hear me now? That's gotta be me. Thank God. Jeez. Really, Lucy? Now is not the freaking time. Get the hell out of there now. Don't even thinking about it. Freaking psychotic cat trying to freaking get out or in behind my freaking computer. Give me just 1 second. My mother's cat thinks it's hilarious to get behind my computer screens, or get in behind my computer. There's like this little upper deck thing on my desk that has my screens on it, and then she likes to get under it. And there's a bunch of stuff under there. And that would be fine if she would just stay there. But then she wants to crawl out of there right next to my microphone. So yeah, no, she's not allowed there. Also, I love that we stop on Edgeworth pretty much having the expression of what my inner me was having. Alright, hi everybody. Sorry about not having any sound. Now we have it at least. Let's get back. Very well, Miss Vasquez. Please give the court your testimony concerning the day of the murder. Nick! I know she did it. Make her pay. Right. Oh, don't do that. Freaking... I love my new job to death, but it breaks every single nail I own. Or gives them all hangnails. So, that just caught my freaking hair. Oh, it's a good day. She's guilty. I'll catch her with her pants down, so to speak. Witness testimony. The day of the murder. So how's everybody doing today? I entered the trailer, a little before noon. The meeting began at noon sharp, ended at 4. There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. At 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Sal and I ate T-bone steaks on the table in front of the trailer. We found Hammer's body later when we all went to Studio 1. That's all. I have a question about one part of your testimony. You were fatigued, so you had Sal take you? The van. There's a van at Studio 2. I had him take me in that. I thought it might be risky to walk, what with that monkey his head toppling over. Van added to the court record. Manella used the van to drive Vasquez to Studio 1 after the meeting in the trailer. I see. Very well, Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. This is the final battle, Nick. Let's do it. Let's do this thing. Alright, I entered the trailer a little before noon. By yourself? Yes. And you didn't stop in the employee area? No. Are you always this terse? Yes. Oh, dear. It's gonna be fun! Meeting began at 12 sharp and ended at 4, so started at noon, ended at 4. Let me get my bearings correct again. That dropped at 2:15 and was there till 4. Murder was at 2:30. The rehearsals ended at 1. Right? 1? Yeah, I think it was 1. So we went to Studio 1. Did it end at noon? Oh yeah, you're right. It did end at noon. Did no one leave during the meeting? No one. Come on, let's talk a bit more about that. The witness did not come here to engage in idle conversation. Stop interrupting the testimony. Same could be said about you, Mr. Edgeworth. And please, stop banging on your little desk. It hurts my ears. Yeah. Poor Edgeworth. There was a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. And when exactly was that? I've forgotten. Yeah. Maybe you could try remembering? No. The meeting ended at 4, and the rehearsal was scheduled for 5. But I think it would be between those times. You would think? Come on, all you did was state the obvious, Edgeworth. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. Hold on. You had Sal take you? What does that mean? It means what I just said. I had Sal take me to Studio 2 in the van, from the Studio 2 van. Oh, alright. 2:30, we took a 15-minute break in the meeting. Or 2:15. And what were you doing at that time? Don't hit your desk. It irritates me. Yeah, Mr. Wright. It was a 15-minute break. Sal and I... I love Edgeworth. It's like trying to be all strict and grumpy and then all of a sudden, shoot! On the table there was... Well, Nick, find anything? I kind of wish you'd said a little more. It's hard. I think she's pretty used to being the boss. But I'm sure you'll find some kind of contradiction in what she said somewhere. Let's see. It's the only thing that we haven't pressed, so let's go ahead and press it. Do you have someone who can verify this? Sal? No, I mean someone else. One person is enough. She committed murder during that break. She wouldn't have had time to eat T-bone steak. I had some evidence that proved she didn't eat the steak. Well, Nick, find anything? Evidence she didn't eat the steak? Evidence she didn't eat the steak. What even would be evidence that she didn't eat the steak? There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so it's Studio 1. I was fatigued, so... 15-minute break. Selenite's first. I don't get it. I think I'm missing something. This is the one that Powers ate off of, so it's definitely not hers. We don't have any images of that. And that was eaten. So what am I supposed to be finding? Unless it's Mr. Monkey Head? No. Your Honor, this statement contradicts this evidence. It does? I don't see any contradiction. Huh? Really? Objection overruled. Try to think before you make an accusations, Mr. Wright. Oops, that didn't go so well. I don't get it. What am I supposed to be freaking... She committed the murder during that break. She wouldn't have had time to eat a T-bone steak. She didn't eat that steak. I don't get it. I'm not even gonna lie, I don't get what evidence I'm supposed to have to prove she didn't eat a steak. Both steaks were eaten. We don't have anything from Sal acting like he ate both steaks. 15 minutes sure as hell, even for Sal, would be pretty dang difficult for him to eat 2 steaks. We looked in the trash. There wasn't anything in the trash. This wasn't during that, so I don't get it. God, this is a weird one. I don't get it. I'm actually stumped. What is it that I'm supposed to be seeing? So he was on his way over at 2 o'clock. 2:15 was during the break. 2:15... He went over there. So that's where the photo was taken. This is where he would have been. That'd take about 15 minutes. Yeah, okay, fine. So 2:15, they're here. He just showed up. By 2:30, this guy's dead. By 5, he's over here. Monkey head thing was dropped down here at 2:15. So that happened right around the same time that he showed up. And they went out for their meal. Sorry, I'm trying to remember everything from the case. It's been a few days, so it's like trying to remember everything. Okay, so at 2 o'clock he went through the gate. By 2:30 he was dead. 2:15 they went out of the trailer. We're here. At somewhere around that time, he was there because he ended up going to Studio 2. We saw the picture with Studio 2 there. 2:15, the monkey head fell. The meeting actually ended at 4? So they didn't even notice then. Also, I know she said something about the freaking monkey head. Where's the monkey head statement here? Oh, I think that was... here, right? Hold on, you said you had Sal take you. What does that mean? That's what I just said. I had Sal take me in the Studio 2 van. Oh, Lord. No, that was what she said when... Man. Don't know what I'm supposed to be looking for. Fudge. Okay. I might actually have to look this up, which is really annoying. I haven't had to look up anything this entire time. But I don't get it. I do not get it. I am supposed to use this one. Huh. As I thought. You claim you ate a T-bone steak. But I say you did not. What's this now, Mr. Wright? Look at this. It's a plate. This plate was on the table in the employee area. As you can see, a large bone has been left behind. Mr. Wright, need I remind you that it was a T-bone steak? Exactly my point. Remember, if you will, Ms. Vasquez and Mr. Manella ate at the table outside their trailer. Yet there were no bones on the plates. The plates were bare. That was the problem. God. I'm doing great today. Miss Vasquez, Tell me, how can a person eat a T-bone steak and not leave the bone? I think I know how. You didn't eat the steak. You didn't eat any steak during that break. You took your steak and threw it somewhere, like that incinerator. Ugh. I see. Then what was Miss Vasquez doing during her break? Isn't it obvious, Your Honor? Meeting the Steel Samurai. She was meeting with the Steel Samurai. Order! Are you saying... Yes, Your Honor. As Miss Vasquez left the trailer to eat her steak, she ran into the Steel Samurai. And then you didn't. You killed him with your own hands. Ugh. Mr. Wright, isn't this a little presumptuous? What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? Let him claim what he wants. You say I did it? Yes. Fascinating. And here I was worrying that today would be as boring as all the rest. Very well. Let us have a battle of wits, you and I. Any day, Vasquez. Good luck, Nick. Let's see. What was the murder weapon again? Oh, yes, the samurai spear. Yes. I am, as you can see, a woman of petite stature. How could I possibly use that heavy spear as a weapon? I think you could. Could you? I don't know. Could you? I think you would have a great deal of difficulty using that as a weapon. Pretty much anyone would. Huh. You see? Yes. However, that has no bearing on this case. Meaning, the samurai spear was not the murder weapon. What? You betcha. What is the meaning of this? The spear was found laying next to the victim's body. I have proof, Your Honor. I can prove that the samurai spear was not used as a murder weapon. Because it was freaking mended with duct tape, you idiot. Couldn't have possibly been used. I present my proof. The so-called murder weapon. But that is the murder weapon. Not so fast. Remember that the spear broke during the morning action run-through? But someone fixed the spear? It was the security lady. She fixed it with duct tape. Now tell me, how is it possible for someone to stab a man who was wearing thick costume with this through the chest? Order, order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? Think about what you're... Silence! I'm the one testifying here and I will be heard. Are you quite sane? Are you even aware of what you're saying? If the samurai spear was not the murder weapon, then pray tell what was. Hey, Rizu! How was Hammer killed? Well, Mr. Wright, can you tell us what weapon was used to kill Mr. Hammer? I can't tell you. Would I make a claim like that if I couldn't tell you what the weapon was? I'm afraid your confidence can sometimes be unfounded, Mr. Wright. Very well, let's see this murder weapon then. Look at this photo. What is this? Why, that's Jack Hammer standing at the top of those stairs. Yes, I found out about that, and after I finished playing these games, I have full intention of watching the live-action movie and the animated series, because I have not watched either. Order! Order! If I cannot have order, this trial will be suspended. Mr. Wright, what is this all about? This photograph is from 5 years ago. There was an unfortunate accident at Global Studios. This is a photo of that very accident. Not a word of this was leaked to the outside. and it was a close-kept secret at the studios. What does this have to do with the current case? Mr. Edgeworth. You still can't see it? See the fallen man in the photo? See how the fence post pierced him through the chest? What are you saying? Yes. What happened 5 years ago has happened again. Mr. Wright, continue. It's 2:30 on the day of the murder. Miss D. Vasquez meets Jack Hammer outside of Studio 2 trailer. Then she did it. She pushed Hammer off the stairs and onto the fence. Just like Mr. Hammer had himself done 5 years ago. Though whether she did it on purpose or by accident, I cannot say. In other words, the victim, Mr. Hammer, he died in the same way he caused another man to die. 5 years ago. Precisely. Ironic, isn't it? Oh, very creative, Mr. Wright. I could use a man like you on my writing staff. You deny what I say is true? Mr. Wright, let's say for the sake of argument that Hammer died in the trailer, as you say. Yet the body was found at Studio 1, was it not? In the evil magistrate's costume, no less. Are you then claiming that I carried the body to Studio 1 and returned to the trailer, all in the space of a 15-minute break? How could I have disposed of the body? The break in the meeting in the trailer lasted 15 minutes, from 2:30 to 2:45. Could Jack Hammer have been pushed off the stairs to his death, then carried to the Studio 1 and replaced inside his costume? There wasn't enough time. Indeed. Well, Mr. Wright, how could she have dealt with the body? She couldn't have dealt with it. I bet she could move it. She had another way. What if she had another way to carry the body? Other than with her own hands? For instance? Actually, for that matter, there was no need for her to do the deed in 15 minutes. And there was a way for you to carry that body. Interesting. Let's hear it then, Mr. Wright. Please show us how she carried the body. Why, it's simple. She used the van. Yeah, I'll have to try and find it. It'll be good to watch. Miss Vasquez, you carried the body to Studio 1, and you used the studio van to do it. Huh? Recall your testimony? There was to be a rehearsal afterwards, so we went to Studio 1. I was fatigued, so I had Sal take me. There was a van there, right? I had Sal drive me. You used the van to carry the body to the Studio 1. Then, before everyone else got there, you put the body into the magistrate costume. Hold on, right? Don't forget that it was Sal Manella who drove the van. Are you suggesting that Mr. Manella was a conspirator? Of course he was. Of course Sal Manella has been a conspirator. The body had been placed in the van and put into the costume. There's no way Miss Vasquez could have done that alone. Also, don't forget they had to dispose of the Steel Samurai costume. They had to because it was covered in Mr. Hammer's blood. They probably burned it in that small incinerator. Well, Miss Vasquez, shall I continue? No need. You're smarter than you look, Mr. Wright. I lose, you win. It was fun. I win. Well... So, what happens next? Huh? Don't, me! Don't you have anything to say? What would you like me to say? Huh? I lost, something like that. I just said that. Wait, so you mean D. Vasquez, so it was you. You killed Jack Hammer. Awkward silence. Who can say? Huh. Are you sure I did, Mr. Wright? We just engaged a battle of wits. And the result of the battle, you proved the possibility that I murdered Hammer. Right. But that is only a possibility. Proof is another thing altogether. You lack decisive proof, Mr. Wright. What? What? Order. Mr. Edgeworth, your thoughts. Of course, it's as the witness says. Certainly, it does seem very likely she did it, but, there's no proof. Edgeworth isn't sure. Well, I came here as a witness today. If you have no more questions, I'll be leaving. What do I do now? You did it, Vasquez. Testify again. No further questions. Testify again. I'd like you to testify again. Testify again? Know when to give up, Mr. Wright? Think about it. Even if I were to testify again, what's the point? I can always say what I said before. The truth, Mr. Wright. I've already said all that there is to say. What would happen if I said it again? You'd ask the same questions, we'd get the same answers. A waste of time. Dang! Come so far, only to fail. As it seems there are no further questions, I would like to end the cross-examination of the witness, Miss Vasquez. Excuse me? Yes, Mr. Edgeworth. I was hoping to come up with an objection while I was objecting, Your Honor. A question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I freaking love that freaking quote. I was hoping to come up with a question while I was objecting, Your Honor. I didn't. I see. Very well. Your Honor! I request that the witness testify again. This man. His sense of justice is so strong. You are the prosecutor, are you not? Why are you badgering me? I'm your witness! I just want to hear your testimony again. Does this make any sense to you, Your Honor? I don't see I don't see that we have anything to gain by repeating the last several minutes. Mr. Edgeworth, I too see little point in making Miss Vasquez repeat herself. What exactly did you want her to testify about? Well, yes, Indeed, verily, I say. Ergo, I want to hear about what happened after they found the body. My heart. After they found the body? Very well. The witness will testify to the court concerning this matter. Nick, why did Edgeworth... Who knows? Probably realized she did it too. But, wasn't he the one who said he always gets a guilty verdict? After all that, Edgeworth... His sense of justice is coming through. We're getting to him. After finding the body. I was with Sal and Oldbag, the security lady, when we found the body. The assistant was there too, only Powers was absent. I immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. The security lady, Oldbag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers, saying, "He did it!" I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and the direction notes. Then I went home. I see no issues raised by this testimony, but... Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Okay, Nick. We're close. Real close. She may be acting tough now, but if you put her on the spot for sure, she's sure to falter. Find the key you need and twist the truth out of her, Nick. Right. After finding the body, cross-examination. Press. What time was that? We were to meet at 5 for the rehearsal, so I'd say it was then. When exactly did you and Mr. Manella arrive at the studio? About 10 minutes before. I wasn't stuffing any bodies into costumes, mind you. Where were the other employees when you got to the studio? They weren't there yet. Well, then you could have put a hammer in that costume with Manella's help. Oh? What did I just say? Did I not just say I wasn't stuffing any bodies into any costumes? You should try to listen to what people are saying, boy. Boy? The witness will continue her testimony. The system was there too, only Powers was absent. Mr. Powers was taking a nap, correct? So he says. Did no one go to call him? Remember. Remember what? There was a dead body laying in front of us, yet you expect me to be calm? You certainly seemed calm enough when I accused you of murder. Wait a second. Wouldn't that be the other way around? The other way around? You discovered a murdered body and one person was missing, right? Wouldn't you normally go looking for that missing person? I have to agree with the defense on this one. Well, Miss Vasquez? Logically speaking, perhaps. But no one was thinking very logically, I assure you. Also, without his steel samurai costume, Powers doesn't really stand out. We often left him on the bus when shooting at location. No one noticed he was missing. Poor Powers. Well, I suppose that explains that. Very well, Miss Vasquez, you may continue. Immediately called the police, then Powers showed up. What was everyone doing at that time? No one said a thing. It was silent, completely silent. So we stood there until Powers finally arrived on the scene. Sorry, I'm late. Then silence. Dead silence. Awkward. Silence. Hey Nick. Why is everyone so quiet? Someone should do something to lighten things up. Security lady, Old Bag, was quite agitated, pointing at Powers saying, "He did it!" Old Bag, the security lady. Why did the security lady think Powers had done it? She said because she saw him going towards the studio. Right, the Steel Samurai. Did the detective arrest Mr. Powers based solely on the security lady's word? Perhaps not. She seems to have given the detective that photograph. Of course, I heard all this after the fact. That photograph, meaning the one that was taken by the security camera. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. What? T7, did you just post a link? We don't post links on the actual stream thing. Sorry. Nightbot cuts those out. She's not known for exhibiting the best sense of judgment when it comes to Hammer. I don't think there's anything in there that I can use. Give me just a second. I asked to be left out of the proceedings. I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. Cool, thanks. Then I went home. To find something pegger this on her here, or everything we've done until now will have been wasted. I believe in you, Nick. Go get him. Did we press on this? You asked to be left out? Yes. It seems that everyone else was questioned, and I'm really not fond of this sort of thing. But you can't just decide who the police will and won't question. Thankfully, the studio thinks otherwise. They were nice enough to understand that since we were in a meeting, there was no way we could have been involved. Thus, they covered up for us. Covered for you. Or covered it up for you. There must have been a lot riding on it, with all those bigwigs at the meeting. I'm sure her professionals helped convince everyone they didn't require questioning. Oh, nice! I went back to the trailer to get my script and direction notes. The script and your direction notes? Yes, they're quite valuable. I wouldn't have to have them stolen. No, I guess not. Wait a second. I thought you came to Studio 1 for rehearsal. Why didn't you bring your script and notes? Well, I was under the impression that we wouldn't be able to rehearse anything. Why? There was a murder after all. Who could think of rehearsing after that? Oh yeah, I guess. Very well. Ms. Vasquez, wait. No. You wouldn't have known that before going. Your Honor. I have an objection with the witness's last statement. Huh? Think. Ms. Vasquez said she didn't bring the script because there wouldn't be a rehearsal. Don't you see what that means? She would have had to know about the murder before going to Studio 1. Moron. Order! Mr. Edgeworth. Yeah. What you just said is a reasonable observation. However, I find it hard to understand why the prosecution makes such a move. Are you thinking of career change to defense? I appreciate the concern, Your Honor. I will stand by my statement, however, regardless of how the court sees my ruling. Now, Ms. Vasquez, do you have an explanation? Can't believe Edgeworth is helping me. I love Edgeworth so much. That's why he's my favorite character. He will just say, screw it! That's bull crud! So the prosecution is in cahoots with the defense. What kind of court is this? No matter. I think you misunderstood me. I had a perfectly good reason to believe there would be no rehearsal. Very well, the witness will change her testimony to reflect this reason. I knew that Hammer was injured and couldn't do any action scenes, so I left them behind. You knew that Hammer was injured. How did you know about the injury? How did I know? Sal. He told me. Sal, the director. You have to find something to peg around this. Or everything we've done, I believe in you, Nick, blah, blah, blah. You knew that Hammer was injured. Don't you think that's a little funny? I mean, it was the Steel Samurai who was injured. It was Will Powers. What? Mr. Wright, explain yourself. Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg in this photo, but that's because he was pretending to be Mr. Powers. Pretending? One person was injured in the run-through that morning. That person was Mr. Powers, not Mr. Hammer. Now, why did you think it was Mr. Hammer who was injured? I already said that it was Sal who told me. That's right. He must have gotten it wrong. I think not. Mr. Manella was at the run-through that morning. He would have known that it was Mr. Powers who was injured. He saw it happen. Why would he tell you the wrong person? Miss Vasquez, you saw Hammer limping. Actually, you didn't hear anything from Mr. Manella. You saw Hammer limping with your own eyes. Yes, but wasn't it Mr. Powers who was injured? Yes, but remember, Mr. Hammer was dragging his leg too. He was pretending to be Mr. Powers. And when was he doing this? Well, it would have had to been when after he put on the Steel Samurai costume and went to Studio 2, where he was murdered. Exactly. Miss Vasquez, you met him, didn't you? You saw the Steel Samurai limping. And Mr. Hammer was in that Steel Samurai suit. That's why you were confused. That's why you thought it was Mr. Hammer who had been injured that morning. Dun, dun, dun. Order, order, I will have order. Witness, can you refute this claim? Yeah, let's see you sneak out of this one, Vasquez. Very well. I have a question for you. Why are the real killers always so persistent? Why in the world would I want Mr. Hammer dead? Yes, he'd fallen on hard times, but he was a star. I had nothing to gain from his death. Nothing. Yes, you would need a motive. Why would she have killed the victim? I'm sorry, Powers didn't have a motive. So what makes you think we need a motive for Miss Vasquez? Why do we suddenly need a motive here? Powers was literally drugged. There is no way my client is guilty. End of day. Court is adjourned. I'm sorry. If there is a reason... Sorry. I don't get why we have to find the actual murderer, considering the fact that all we are technically supposed to be doing is making sure our client ain't guilty. He was literally drugged for the duration of the murder. Anyways, sorry. If there is a reason, it is unclear to this court. Does the defense have anything to say on that matter? In other words, can you prove that she has a motive? Give me a second. Let me dive right back into our information here. did say that she was done with making samurai movies, but no. Don't think that's enough of a... I wouldn't think that was enough of a freaking... reason to murder someone? She wanted to stop making samurai movies. This guy is the samurai movie guy. She'd had dirt on him for a while and was using that against him. But why was he dressed as a steel samurai? I'm gonna say, of course, I can prove it because, okay. I have proof, and I'll show it to you. Much father true. I present the court with the evidence. Of course he wants me to. I don't have evidence. I don't. Unless it's that. It's the only thing I can think of. Unless she thought it was powers. This is my proof. This is the photo from before. This photo reveals the motive in this murder. I'm right, aren't I, Miss Vasquez? 5 years ago, Mr. Hammer was at the height of his fame. With D. Vasquez's help, a terrible accident was swept under the carpet. Ladies and gentlemen, this case currently up for trial. It began on that day 5 years ago. Ironically enough, that accident precipitated Mr. Hammer's fall. His fall from stardom. His guilt weighed him down, no doubt. However, you, D. Vasquez, used Mr. Hammer. You made him work for you for petty change. Bringing us to the present day and Mr. Hammer's last role as the evil magistrate. Yes, undoubtedly, it was a constant source for shame of the ex-star. One moment, Mr. Wright. We are talking about motives here, yet you only have talked about Mr. Hammer. It almost seems as if Mr. Hammer had killed D. Vasquez, not the other way around. What motive would Miss Vasquez have? Yes, that's right. According to what you have to say, I would have had no reason to kill Hammer. He was a good source of income for me. And I never get rid of a useful man. It's a policy of mine, Mr. Wright. Please explain Miss Vasquez's motive for murder. I don't get it. I played these games like back when I was 13, and I really don't remember how this case ended. I will be honest. It was quite some time ago, unfortunately. Oh god. Right, they're going with she had no motive, and he was actually there to get rid of her. Maybe. It wasn't an accident. Or once again, it's because she wanted to get out of samurai movies and really didn't have a use for them afterwards. I don't see why she would kill him. She'd just fire him. You know? She had no motive. She had no motive, Your Honor. What now? What's that now? It was Hammer who was out for blood. All Miss Vasquez did was push him off the stairs in self-defense. What's that now? Hammer was going to kill her, Nada. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too, Punisher. It's simple. Mr. Hammer was intending to kill Miss Vasquez. What? What? Or wait, no, that was Edgeworth. What? Your Honor. Jack Hammer drugged Mr. Powers with sleeping pills. Jack Hammer snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume. Jack Hammer wore the costume to fool the security lady into thinking he was Powers. Then Jack Hammer made his way to the trailer. And for what purpose, you ask? To kill Dee Vasquez, who had so cruelly taken advantage of him for all those years. Oh boy. So, you did it, didn't you? Yes, I am guilty. It was me. Someone call an ambulance. There's blood everywhere. We're too late. Ah, Miss Vasquez. What? What happened here? Manuel fell from the trailer stairs. Manuel! Miss Vasquez, please try to calm down or remain calm. No. How could this? It was an accident. Mr. Hammer was doing an action scene and... No, Manuel! Don't touch him, Miss Vasquez. No! Please don't die. Please. Congratulations, Mr. Wright. I lose. Again. Mr. Edgeworth, where's Dee Vasquez? In the waiting lobby, Your Honor, as calm and collected as ever. I see. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor? It appears you have brought yet another miracle. I thank you, Your Honor. I think not, Your Honor. Will Powers was innocent. That he should be found is so natural, only natural, not a miracle. Yes, you're right. Very well. This court finds the defendant, Mr. Will Powers, not guilty. See y'all around next time. Nice working with the Edgeworth. That is all. This court is adjourned. October 20th, 1:12 p.m. District Court Defendant Lobby number 3. I don't know what to say. Please stop crying, at least. Thank you so much. I'm just glad you're okay. Yes, but it's sad. I know now that Mr. Hammer stole my costume. It's bad enough that he wanted to kill Miss Vasquez, but to think that he tried to frame me for the murder makes me sad. Tell me why, Mr. Wright. Huh? Tell me. Why did Mr. Hammer want to blame me? Show evidence? Oh, this is what I think. Mr. Hammer wanted to put the blame on you because... I feel like this is the right reason. It's because you were the Steel Samurai. Because I was the Steel Samurai? Mr. Hammer was a big star once, but he was reduced to acting in a kids' show, and as the villain to boot. The kids loved the Steel Samurai, and so he hated you. I think I understand. He could have just told me. I would have changed places with him at any time. I think you're missing the point. Thank you. I'm just glad it's all over. So am I. So am I.
Congratulations, WB!
Thanks to you, I'll be able to don the Steel Samurai outfit once more. I can't wait to get back into that sweaty costume and... Is something wrong?
No, of course not. Nick! Edgeworth!
Dun dun dun! He's so angsty! Look at this man! Say something right. I'm not good at small talk. Huh? What? That was too bad, Edgeworth! You don't have to waste any time gloating, do you? No, I really want to thank you. Vasquez would have gotten away if you hadn't stepped in. Pleased to meet you. I'm Powers. Edgeworth. I'm a big fan of your work, Mr. Powers. Liar. Right. I must say, I hadn't expected to meet you again after all these years.
Meet again?
However, in retrospect, it would have been better had we not met. Thanks to you, I'm saddled with unnecessary feelings. Unnecessary feelings? Yes, unease and uncertainty. Aren't those kind of necessary? They only serve to get in my way. You listen to me, Phoenix Wright. Don't ever show your face in front of me again. That's what I came here to tell you. Aw, he means so much better. He means so well. Mr. Wright, was that guy your friend?
What? Friends? As if? They're rivals! Rivals, right, Nick?
For now we are, I guess.
Huh? Why do I get the feeling I'm missing something? Come on, Nick, tell me! What's the deal with you and Edgeworth? Well...
And so the curtain closed on another trial. I caused quite a stir by revealing that accident from 5 years ago. It was the talk of the town. Thankfully, Global Studios rethought its programming change. They went back to making kids shows again. And it's time for the Pink Princess!
Nick! This is it! The new show that starts today. You're going to watch it with me, right?
I'll admit, I was kind of surprised. I didn't think they'd seriously go through with it.
You have to buy trading cards too, okay? You have to trade with Cody and the assistant.
Fine, I'll do it.
Isn't it great that WP gets to play the lead again? I wonder if they'll show his real face this time.
I don't know. I don't think the world is ready for the real Will Powers.
The end.
It's such a good case. Oh, hell! We're about to deal with that right now. Oh my god. This episode is insane. Just gonna put that there. Right there. What time is it? Because depending on what time it is, we might actually call it a little early because this episode gets insane fast, guys. Oh, I don't know. I have to work tomorrow morning.
I know, it's like one of the best cases. I love this case. That's why I'm debating on if I want to start it tonight because I'm only gonna have a half an hour. I think we're gonna call it here for the night. We're gonna do a short stream. It's only gonna be an hour long. I'm really sorry about that, but it's only a half an hour before I'd have to call it anyways. So we'd only get a half an hour into this case, and this is probably a 2-stream case at least. just because of how long this case is. This is an intense case, and I love this case so much. I did not realize this was this soon. I totally forgot. I thought this was like in the next game. I want to play this case, but I don't want to play it right now because I know I'm going to have to stop so early. So, I think we're going to call it here for tonight, just because it'll be better. I promise. We will be back tomorrow. It will be at I don't know what freaking time zone I am. It'll be around the same time that we started streaming today, which is 8 o'clock my time. I don't have a freaking thing that says what time zone things are. What time zone are we? Basically an hour ago. We will be back. We'll be starting this case tomorrow at 8 o'clock. I'm really excited for this. I love this case. If you guys haven't already, please consider a follow. We will be obviously playing more of this, and we're going to be starting to do some horror games probably later this week. I'm going to be trying to basically do streams Sunday, Monday, Wednesday if I can, and in Fridays. Those are going to be the 4 days of the week that we're going to be trying to stream on, if everything works out. Wednesdays are going to be a little iffy, but Sundays I have off. Mondays and Fridays I only work 8 hours, so I should be able to stream, and as long as I'm not, like, dying on Wednesday, I should be fine. So, with that, if anyone anyone's interested, we also have a Discord if you'd like to join there. Still trying to kind of get it going. And I'm so excited for this. We will be catching up again tomorrow. You guys have a good one. And with that, this is Neatle Stargazer signing off.